8 o'clock on this Thursday. Thanks for being with us. I'm Bobby Castro.
And I'm Jen Lommers. We do begin with some breaking news out of North Hills now, where 4 people are found shot to death in a home.
We've got Gigi live at the scene with the very latest. Gigi.
And this certainly is a tragic story because it involves 2 children. Very difficult even for veteran homicide detectives. We're on Londelius Street. This is not far from Parthenia and Woodley here in North Hills. And this is the home where it all happened. Take a look. It was just before 8 o'clock last night. A family member reportedly calling 911 to report a horrific scene. 4 people, including a child and a baby, found shot to death inside a home. Police and paramedics arriving quickly, but there was nothing they could do. All 4 were dead in what police believe was a murder-suicide. Sources saying the evidence indicates that the shooter was the children's mother. The victims, an adult man believed to be their father, a baby only months old, and a 5-year-old. It's believed the bodies were found by the children's grandparents, their sobs and cries echoing through the neighborhood. The shooting leaving their neighbors, who said they often saw the couple and their kids, heartbroken.
No logro entender porque hasta ese punto tienen que...
I just don't understand, said this neighbor in Spanish. How could something like this have happened, and why the children? I hope people out there realize that there is help. And we want to take a moment to talk about one source of help. If you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, or a friend or family member help is available. You can call or text 988 for free confidential support. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That number again, 988. It will now be up to the medical examiner to release the names of the 4 people that were found dead here. And meanwhile, the investigation is being led by LAPD's Elite Robbery Homicide Division. They have a special homicide special section that deals with cases where there are more than 3 victims. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
All right.
It's horrible.
Thank you, Gigi.
2 children. I can't imagine.
Good morning,
Maria, on to you.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. 988, that's the number, guys. Okay, we've got some weather to talk about because we still have some of that cloud cover. We have the deep marine layer, which has extended out towards the Inland Empire again this morning. So starting out very similarly to yesterday, even some light drizzle or light rain possible due to this stronger onshore flow. We will eventually get rid of the cloud cover as we get into the latter part of tomorrow and this upcoming weekend. We will warm things up, dry things out, and we will get back to above average with our daytime highs as we get into Sunday and next week. But currently it is 41 in Frazier Park, 59 in downtown LA, 57 in San Bernardino, 42 in Big Bear, to that 65 in Palm Springs. High temperatures today, even in Palm Springs in the low desert, will be a little cooler than average with that high of 81. 66 in the high desert today, 50 degrees up into the mountains. That 10% chance for some light rain there possible, although 90% it will be sunny and dry. 69 for the valleys and the Inland Empire, so that is on the cooler side, most definitely. Cool for downtown, 67 with that chance for drizzle as well. A little bit greater chance for the coastal communities with that 10 to 20% chance for some drizzle, and 65 there along our coastline. It will warm up, like I said. I will be back. We'll talk about that warm up for the weekend in just a few minutes. But first, let's check in on the traffic. We've got Stu and the crew, of course, up in Skybox, trailing this guy here. He's not speeding as he's due. What's going on?
Well, you know, Maria, sometimes one of those cars just stands out. I bet you it was the color on this one. Take a look at that 5 drive, and good morning to you and everybody. Take a look at that 5 drive. Now, the slow and go you see right there, that's going to be the northbound. We're in Sylmar. You're hitting the brakes pretty much right after the 405. For the most part, that 5 drive north looking really good from the 134 all the way out to this location right here when you start entering Sylmar. Now, southbound, it's moving along okay, but you're starting to hit the brakes right there at the 405. Stay slow and go all the way to the 170. After that, it's a miracle. Just opens up and moves very well. The carpool, though, on that northbound lane looking really good. Just make sure if you take that carpool, though, AI doesn't count as another person. Neither does a mannequin. Sending it back to you all in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Stu. We do have breaking news this morning. This could be a breakthrough diplomatic development in the war with Iran. Axios now reporting that U.S. and Iranian negotiators have reached a tentative 60-day agreement to extend the ceasefire and restart nuclear talks. So this deal reportedly hinges on unrestricted shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Axios says negotiators have briefed President Trump, but he has delayed signing off, telling mediators that he needs a few days to think this over. It comes as the U.S. launched more defensive strikes against Iran overnight. The Pentagon says it shot down 4 drones that posted a threat around the Strait of Hormuz.
Back here, breaking news in Orange County. Police discovered the bodies of 2 men inside of an Anaheim hotel room.
Mario is live in Anaheim with more on what we know. Mario.
Bob, Jen, a shooting that left 2 dead inside of a hotel room here in this part of Orange County. It all happened at the Pepper Tree Hotel here in Anaheim, inside of a 3rd-floor room where 2 men were found and where some hotel guests were kept out of their rooms overnight. Video here showing the investigation that began last night and stretched into the early morning hours. Anaheim homicide detectives and crime scene investigation units combing through the scene here at Hotel Pepper Tree near Lincoln and Gilbert. Police say officers responded to a call here around 10 o'clock last night. When they arrived, they found 2 men dead inside one of the rooms who had reportedly suffered gunshot wounds. They're now investigating this as a possible double suicide. Early this morning, investigators were going room to room, checking whether any bullets may have pierced through hotel walls after the gunfire. Take a listen.
I know that there was bullet holes. There was bullet holes, but they did not pierce our wall. The cops looked in our room to see if they pierced our wall because it was on our wall that we share, but they didn't pierce anything. It's very, very sad. Just a sad situation. I hope that, the family's doing okay. That's all I hope. It's a tragedy.
And we obtained this video from a hotel guest as police were searching one of the neighboring rooms for bullet holes. Security here telling us one of the men's fathers called the hotel asking for a welfare check on his son before eventually coming here himself late last night. The 2 men had checked into the hotel 2 days ago. On Tuesday, according to security, overnight detectives were seen leaving the hotel with the father, and the 2 men who were found inside the 3rd-floor room believed to be in their 20s. Their names have yet to be released. Their bodies now with the Orange County Coroner's Office. For now, live in Anaheim this morning, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. More than 3 dozen lawsuits have now been filed over that compromised chemical storage tank at a Garden Grove aerospace company. Some 50,000 people last week were forced to evacuate when a chemical tank at GKN Aerospace started venting and nearly blew up. All evacuation orders were lifted yesterday once the threat of an explosion was over. In a new statement yesterday, the company again apologized for the disruption. It added it'll work with the community to support affected residents and businesses.
More breaking news this morning. This is with regards to the election. Mayor Karen Bass now receiving a big last-minute endorsement in her bid for re-election in Tuesday's primary. Governor Gavin Newsom formally backs Mayor Bass as of this morning. The governor credits her work for helping reduce homelessness and violent crime in L.A., while also increasing film production locally and for standing up against ICE raids. Newsom's endorsement may give Bass a boost in what polls show is a very tight race against challengers Nithya Raman and Spencer Pratt.
All right, 8:10. Let's get over to Stu now for a check on traffic.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Skyfox traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. Made our way down to the 405. Been following it pretty much since the 5 freeway. It does get very slow and go. It always does, and I feel your pain. I really do. But I can tell you this morning, you're going to be hitting the brakes by the 118, so this is extra slow and go. So give yourself plenty of extra time. If that's your ride northbound, forget about it. Wide open from West LA all the way out to the 5 freeway. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots. Let's do that.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
She just wiped my whole front end off of my car.
Caught on camera in North Hollywood, the driver of a U-Haul truck damaged 12 parked cars after a large tree branch got lodged between the truck's cab and the trailer. This all happened last weekend. The truck traveling along Lamaida Street toward Lankershim. No injuries reported here. The driver was not arrested as police determined it was an accident.
I had viewers DM me and say...
We don't start.
Well, they said, yes, he knew, because I was
Yes.
like, I don't think he knew. I think he didn't know that he was dragging
She absolutely
It
knew.
was a she?
She absolutely knew.
She
I thought
knew.
they said it was a woman.
Okay.
They said, I said, I just read
Well,
this. I just read this story, Jen.
Either way, sometimes when you ride these big rigs and these, it's a bumpy ride, so I don't know if
Oh, come on. You
I don't
know
know
if you're
if they
carrying a
knew.
literal tree near your cab.
that the
And when
tree
you hit a
was-
car.
You know how you like, sometimes you like run over something, you know, like, what's that noise coming from? And there's like a cup stuck in your wheel or something like that.
This is no cup. This is no styrofoam cup. This is a big tree.
It's going to be some insurance claim, that's all I know.
For sure. New election safeguards are now in place in California after Governor Gavin Newsom signed a new law.
This comes after Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco, Republican candidate for governor, sees 650,000 ballots claiming election fraud.
SB 73 puts in protections to ensure that ballots will be secured and that voters have confidence in our election system that their voices will be heard at the ballot box.
Election workers should never fear political intimidation for simply doing their job. Voters should never wonder whether ballots were improperly handled, and law enforcement powers should never be misused in ways that jeopardize the integrity of our democratic process.
The legislation also makes it a crime, punishable by a $1,000 fine, imprisonment, or by both for a person to knowingly take a package containing voter ballots from the custody of elections officials. Sheriff Bianco is joining us live this morning on Good Day LA during the 10 o'clock hour. We'll get his reaction to this new law, and we'll ask him about those alleged fraudulent ballots.
And here's a look at the latest polling for governor. This is from the Public Policy Institute of California. Democrat Javier Becerra leads with 23%, followed closely by Republican Steve Hilton at 20%. Tom Steyer, Chad Bianco, and Katie Porter rounding out the top 5. The survey also found most voters support the state's top 2 primary system, while more than half back a proposed tax on billionaires.
The Trump administration is reportedly pushing to put President Trump's face on a new $250 bill. Here's a look right here. The Washington Post obtained a mock-up from the Bureau of Engraving and Print showing a possible design featuring Trump's portrait. The report says administration officials have pressed for the new bill, even though federal law currently bans living people from appearing on U.S. currency. Of course, $250 for the 250th birthday of America, celebrated there across the country and especially there in D.C. And all right.
I know this is his portrait, but it looks a bit ominous. I mean, I know that's his official White House portrait.
Right.
I feel like there are other photos we could use, right?
If it even happens.
If it happens.
Yeah.
Hey, today is National Burger Day, and fittingly, we are learning more about the next In-N-Out coming to Irvine's Great Park. City documents show the new restaurant will span more than 3,800 square feet and a drive-through built to stack 33 cars. Construction is reportedly underway. The new location will anchor the Canopy, a 12-acre shopping and dining village inside the park's $1 billion redevelopment. Wow. The Great Park project is massive. The overhaul will include lakes, museums, gardens, and a 10,000-seat amphitheater. When it's all done in 2029, the project is expected to cover over 1,300 acres, making it bigger than New York's Central Park. Wowie wow.
That looks amazing.
That's massive.
I feel like they've been working on the Great Park forever.
Really?
Forever.
It's
But I mean, how much is that going to transform the landscape there?
Yeah.
Well, right now, I mean, there's a lot of kind of undeveloped land there in Great
Irvine?
Park. Yeah, there's these vast tracts of land. Because it used to be the El Toro Air Station, right? Or
That's
part of the Marine Corps
I was
Toro
just
Station?
thinking, like, where is it so large that
You know, they had those
it's not
hangars
developed?
there, and
Yeah.
I remember.
Just 1 year after the Olympics, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly gorgeous once they're
That'd be
done.
great.
Those
Yeah.
mock-ups look incredible. Weather-wise, we've got some pretty nice weather, actually, as we get into the weekend. Today is not bad. We've got a mixture of some clouds and some fog, even still up in the higher elevations. But we do have that deep marine layer producing some light drizzle or light rain chances today into tonight, and maybe even tomorrow morning in some areas of Orange County. But otherwise, sunshine and warmer temperatures are on its way as we get into tomorrow afternoon and the weekend. 70s and 80s will return, and then even warmer temperatures as we get into next week with dry conditions persisting. Yesterday, we actually cooled down a little bit more to 69. That was the high temperature for downtown. We're rounding out the month now, today being the last Thursday of the month. We will welcome June on Monday. We've not had any rain at all, measurable rain for downtown the entire month of May so far. But our surplus, we still have it. It's dwindling a little bit, less than 5 inches now. We had quite a bit of rain, though, for the months of October, even, but November, December, well above average. February was a lot of rain as well. But the last couple of months, we have stayed below average. So I think we'll make it through the season. We may get some more showers here as we get today into tomorrow. Perhaps some measurable rain. We'll see. Otherwise, it will be very light if you do get any. 60 degrees currently downtown LA. As we look at our almanac, the average is 74. So we're going to be running cooler than that with that 67 expected today and that onshore flow to continue. Our sunset is at 7:57 this evening. These are the highs we're expecting today. About 50 degrees in Big Bear, 81 in Palm Springs, 69 in Woodland Hills, 66 in Oxnard. That's it. That's pretty cool. 65 in Santa Monica to that 72 in Corona. Stay with us. We're going to be right back after this quick break, so don't go anywhere.
Training camp officially underway for the U.S. men's national team. A day after the 26-man roster was announced, the team arrived right there at their training facility for the first time. And look at that, they were greeted by a line of people applauding and cheering outside the Arthur M. Blank U.S. Soccer National Training Center in Georgia. This is a brand new facility. It's also the headquarters of the U.S. Soccer Federation. The facility sits on 200,000 acres of land. And this Sunday, Team USA will take on Senegal in an international friendly competition. The World Cup starts on June 11th right here on Fox 11, and we will be here with complete wall-to-wall coverage. We'll break down all of the action and much more. We'll be live at SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles Stadium, for those home games as well. So we have all of your complete coverage on FIFA World Cup, again, starting June 11th right here on Fox 11. Good day, LA.
Very exciting. Hey, it looks like the Dodgers may have a future All-Star on the way. Pitcher Tyler Glasnow and his wife Megan just announced they're expecting their first child. They did it in the cutest way, too. Megan took to Instagram and posted these photos with the caption, "Full bellies." It includes a picture of Tyler trying to match Megan's baby bump next to a Buddha statue. It's the latest chapter in the couple's love story, and I didn't know this. The pair met in 2021 when Tyler spotted Megan at a game and then tossed her a baseball with his phone number on it. What a flex.
Wow.
News of the pregnancy comes 6 months after the couple tied the knot during the Dodgers off-season. Congrats.
They look so happy.
I know. The best news.
Santa Clarita's very own.
That's right.
Tyler Glasnow. Coming up, Marilyn Monroe's iconic style on display at the Academy Museum. We've got Coco there this morning. Ooh, look at that's a famous dress.
So famous. Marilyn Monroe is so iconic. I love this exhibition already. I think you're going to love it too when it opens on Sunday. We will take you here to the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures coming up.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Good Day LA. It's 8:30. We're talking about the fight to hold shady landlords accountable.
Yeah, so Brooke is here with an update on a program that the city controller is using to call out the most problematic rental properties here in the city. And there's a big reaction this morning to this.
Listen, you know I was looking up all my old addresses, okay?
Interesting.
The ones that I had an issue with, they were there. They were there, not in the top 100, but here, let me tell you what's going on this morning. Yes, so LA City Controller Kenneth Mejia says tenants have actually been coming forward in the days since this dashboard launched, sharing their own experiences with problematic rental properties. He says the website has been viewed more than 80,000 times in less than 2 weeks. The point of this site, Mejia says, is to pressure landlords to comply with the law and pressure the city to punish those who don't. LA Times reports renters have filed more than 115,000 complaints to the city housing department since 2013. And Mejia says, look, tenants are filing complaints, but very few of them end up leading to strong enforcement or accountability. Also on this, you know, there's the top 100, but then you can search specific addresses that might not have made the top 100. A map shows more than 40,000 properties with complaints against them. Some of the violations include illegal rent increases, illegal evictions, non-payment of relocation assistance for no-fault evictions, and also tenant harassment. Matter of fact, our colleague Nick Garcia caught up with Mejia when the site first launched. He says he also hopes this encourages the city to strengthen its anti-harassment ordinance.
This is meant to not only provide transparency, but also to empower Angelenos and tenants to push their city, to use this data to advocate for better living conditions.
So he says everyone deserves safe, stable, and dignified housing, and that there has never before been an uncomplicated way for anyone to look up years' worth of violations by address.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Are we dating the same person on Facebook? That
I've used
Facebook
that website
group?
as well.
That's right. So have I.
Okay.
And we have.
And I was right.
So that's
they were
right.
There.
So how easy is this database to navigate?
Okay, we can pull it up. I'll show you. Let's see. Let's take a look at the website. Okay, so right there in the middle of the website, this is what the top of the website looks like. But when you get on the website, you're kind of scrolling down. You see that top 100 addresses there, right there in the middle. The number one, it's a building in Chinatown with 192 housing violation cases. Yeah, you can also see just kind of bar by bar there. You can see how many overall code violations there are, how many have been resolved, along with the specific type of violation cases at the bottom. Oh, you can also see the ownership on the right-hand side there.
That's helpful. But, you know, a lot of landlords don't hold property in their actual names.
So many. How many times have you over the years had to write a check to an LLC or something like that,
That's right?
They address that very issue. It's noted on the site that when a landlord has used an LLC or another business entity, they actually looked at public records to try and chase back to the human owner.
And so people you can comment on this, right? And people some may ask, why not just move out?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can comment about this. You can comment to the city controller when she's getting plenty of comments. And that is a question that people are asking, like, why do we need to do all of this? Why not just move out? The thing is, one, we know, the three of us, it's not that easy.
No, it's not.
It's not that easy at all. But there's actually a response on his actual Instagram page. There is a person saying, look, I moved into a building that turned out it had a huge insect problem. He said he was told it would be months before the city could get to his complaint. And I think overall, not only that, but this actually helps people before they move in, because it's you know, it's one thing for you to have a problem and then to move out, and then just everybody after you is going to continue to have a problem.
Yeah.
I would not move into a building with
hundreds of code violations.
I wouldn't. And even one of a very specific violation, I'm out.
But it's like, that's,
you know what I mean?
That's interesting, because why would we not have a database where we can do this? Because we have restaurant reviews on Yelp, for example.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah. And
Even delivery stuff.
As high as rent prices are right now, people are just, they're just looking for cheap rent, right?
You
or
also,
whatever, cheap rent, relatively speaking.
You want to know that it's not going to be a mess once you get in there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Once you give your deposit, it's a lot of money. It's even more now. Yeah, you just want to make sure that it's not a mess.
It's a good idea. All right, thank you. Hello, Maria.
Hello, hello. Okay, just knowledge, right? Knowledge is good information. How's about this? I have some information for you as you plan ahead on this Thursday and this upcoming weekend. This is one of our computer models, and I will show you what we are expecting. Right now, there's an area of low pressure to our north. That is what's bringing some rain through parts of northern central California, as well as some snow into the Sierra Nevada, which is good news if you want to ski or snowboard. That season has been extended for Mammoth to June 7th. That low will eventually move out of here, I'd say by late tomorrow. Saturday, this ridge of high pressure will start to build. We'll get a little bit less of that marine layer, a little more of an offshore flow, and that will help to warm us up as we get to Sunday, especially, and early next week. Then that high will sort of weaken a little bit, and we'll get that sea breeze. But generally, we're going to see a dry pattern through the better part of next week as we welcome a new month, by the way. On Monday will be June 1st, and it looks like we will see some sunshine and some warmer than average temperatures. Today, 67, that is cool. That is below the normal 74. Slight chance for some drizzle or light rain, a mix of some sunshine and some clouds, mostly clouds, and even some of that precipitation. But tomorrow, much drier, 71 expected. So we'll be on our way to a warm up as we get into this upcoming weekend. All right, I'll show you the temperature trend here for Woodland Hills. As you can see, it's staying on the cooler side in the upper 60s today. Look at how it shoots up to 90 on Sunday, staying near that or the upper 80s as we get into the better part of next week. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. You might have celebrated a little early over Memorial Weekend. Today is National Hamburger Day. While there's no specific date, it's likely hamburgers first appeared in the 19th or early 20th centuries. Over the years, it's become a culinary staple in the U.S., I think around the world, right? You just, if you get sick of the food, you're like, let me just get a burger. Many restaurants are offering big deals to celebrate today.
And last hour, we asked you the most important part of a burger. What would you say it is? Is it the meat, the cheese, the bun, or the condiments?
What if
Most
I don't
of you
like
say
cheese
the meat.
on a burger?
What if you don't like cheese?
That's a cheeseburger.
Well, then it's a cheeseburger.
That's not a hamburger.
That's right. I will only do cheese in my burger. It's like it feels naked without it, if I'm being perfectly honest. The bun. Okay, so most of you are a bun kind of person, and we're not talking the lettuce bun either.
No, this is the meat.
We're talking the bun.
They care about the meat.
Yeah, I'm just reading the results there, Bob. Give me a second. Have some grace. Cindy from
Didn't Cindy comment yesterday?
says homemade burgers are the best. Cindy, I am you. I agree with you. And I like to add avocado and bacon. Ooh. Heck yeah.
Okay.
Susanna from Eastvale. Grilled onions.
Yesterday too.
Ooh.
And some regulars here.
Mustard. Yeah, we have some regulars. Mustard, secret sauce, crisp leafy lettuce, juicy tomatoes, and spicy pickles.
I love the adjectives.
Dang, Susanna. Can I have your burgers?
The adjectives for me.
Yeah.
Carol from Victorville says Waba Burger.
Waba Burger.
Have you ever had Waba Burger before?
Isn't that the Waba Grill or whatever? Susan from Palmdale, Tom's number 25.
Ooh.
Palmdale. Ooh.
All right.
Thank you for all the suggestions.
Thank you for talking to us this morning. Keep your comments coming. Hello.
And what do we have here?
Oh my gosh, thank you for asking. Bob purchased this last year. From Michael. Oh, it looks like I'm wearing the bow tie. I love it. Ooh, there we go. This was a Summerween special at Michael's, and Summerween is less than a month away. It's June 22nd.
There's an actual date?
Yeah, June 22nd is actual Summerween. And we're going to get into why Rosie the Ghost is up here.
What's on that sheet? Huh?
Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. It's my time to shine. My favorite genre, my favorite time of year. Halloween and horror. Well, the low-budget horror film Obsession made $28.2 million over the long Memorial Day weekend, and it was made for under $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Barry, I love you so much. I don't think I could live without you.
Ooh.
Made for under $1 million.
Oh, my gosh. Everyone is talking about this. So what is it about? An awkward young guy wishes that his coworker would fall in love with him, but things quickly take a dark turn.
Ooh, be careful what you wish for.
Cue Obsession. Ticket sales actually went up 30% from its opening weekend, which was the weekend prior to Memorial Day weekend. Usually movies see a little bit of a drop-off in week 2, but this is getting more and more interest because people are talking about it, and it's an hour and 49 minutes.
Yeah, I love that.
Under 2 for you. Another rarity, critics and audiences both seem to love it, has a 96% Rotten Tomatoes score. The last time that happened with a horror flick was last year's Weapons.
Which did very well.
So it was under $1 million, so they used, I mean, are these actors that we know?
That's what I'm wondering, too, because a lot of that budget would come from the
talent fees.
Yes, from talent fees.
So why not just draw from...
Well,
it's
a different contract when it's a lower, it's like an indie type film.
Yeah.
So the paycheck is a little lower. They're not getting like Marvel money.
Especially
But
if this
scale,
is like one of
thank
your
you, Madam President.
Right.
Scale.
One of your first, features,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah.
But then it could be like a euphoria, and then you become super famous, and next thing you know, you're the next.
That's
Could be a
right.
little springboard.
Colors. Speaking of horror, Rosie, what should we do next? Another new release hits theaters this weekend. Jen, get ready for Backrooms.
All right, you feel me? Yes. Call him my lead.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been there every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface.
Look up like Blair Witch Project,
It's the found footage genre.
The story follows a therapist whose patient vanishes into a dimension beyond reality, forcing her to venture into the unknown to save him. Starring Chiwetel Ejiofor, Renate Renzvi, and Mark Duplass.
We love Mark Duplass.
We love Mark Duplass.
He made another horror series, which was called... gosh, with the tapes. Why can't I think of it?
Bob, get on the googs. Get on the googs,
Creep.
Bob.
Why can't I think?
Creep.
Thank you.
It's described as a psychological horror thriller and found footage. Think like Blair Witch Project.
That's right.
It makes it extra scary.
Backrooms is like made of internet lore.
Oh, yes. Big time.
It's like talking about they call them liminal spaces. Where it's like the spaces between actual buildings or rooms.
Yes. Hidden spaces, if you will.
Hidden
Another
spaces
dimension.
where there's no end. So like you're basically trapped in this back room and there's no way of getting out. Yet there's all these doors and staircases that lead to nothing.
But this is what's interesting. You have A24, who's kind of really put us all in on this genre, and now you've got Focus Features with Obsession, who is seeing the success of Weapons, of Sinners that Warner Brothers gave us, and I think studios are getting all in on the horror genre because that's putting butts in seats at movie theaters.
That's right. Finally,
right?
It's our time.
Right.
Amanda.
It is our time. Yes.
That footage just makes me dizzy. Like that,
The found footage, the camcorder.
The shaky cam.
Yeah. Wasn't that an issue with the Blair Witch Project?
It did make
dizzy in theaters.
Dizzy.
Different movies. Yeah.
But it was such a hit. I mean,
See?
this is creepy though. What is this? It's very. I can't wait to see it.
This is why I can't do virtual reality, because it just makes me sick.
VR. I'm going to give you my headset.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
And again, Summerween, June 22nd. So that's when it kicks off. Maria, can you please add Summerween to your holiday countdown?
I will do that. I also want to let you know that there's a burger wagon outside.
I know, I'll be there. 9:50.
Right.
Is this Habit Burger?
It's Habit,
Yes.
Right? From Santa Barbara.
Speaking of hamburgers, you guys were getting me hungry talking about it. All right, let's talk about traffic, though. Good Day LA Traffic is sponsored by the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie and calljacob.com. Look at this map. We're picking up some light drizzle out there. So some roads may get a little bit moist, so just be extra careful. This is one of our live traffic cameras right here. This is on the 91 eastbound, right there at the OC Riverside County line. So it looks like it's moving really nicely here at this hour. Drive times now coming in and out of downtown LA. Westbound 10 going towards Santa Monica between the 5 to the 405. It's slow, but it's typically this slow, 43 minutes. On the north 110 between the 405 to the 10, 28 minutes. That's actually pretty good. Westbound 60 between the 57 to the 5, 35 minutes there. Now here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
And this weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. We've got some clouds outside. This is our view from the camera up on our rooftop looking out towards Century City. And we're seeing a mixed bag. Just like yesterday, we're going to look for partly to mostly cloudy skies, depending on where you are, and even some light drizzle produced by this light instability and this area of low pressure that is spinning to our north. This, by the way, is producing some rain and some mountain snow there in the Sierra Nevada. But for us, some breezy conditions and some cooler temperatures coming in from the northwest, as you can see here. Our beach forecast, if you're headed to the coast, temperatures on the sand also chilly, 62 to 65. Surf heights 3 to 5 feet, Ventura, LA County beaches, and 2 to 4 feet, Orange County into San Diego. Here's our 7-day as we look at downtown LA, 67 today. That's well below the average of 74. And there is that 10 to 20% chance we could see some drizzle or light rain. We'll dry things out beginning tomorrow, and then the weekend looks good with warmer temperatures. Next week, staying in the low 80s above average. Valleys, Inland Empire, 69 today with that 20% chance for some showers, getting to the 80s on Saturday, maybe low 90s on Sunday or near that. And then we'll hang on to that heat above average highs to next week in the upper 80s. 50 degrees into Big Bear this afternoon, but lots of sunshine, getting to the 70s as we look ahead to the weekend and next week. High Desert 66. We've got 90s returning to the desert, upper 90s by next Wednesday, and out towards the Coachella Valley. 81 today to triple digits coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So get ready for some spring heat. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Maria. Our top stories this morning. More than 3 dozen lawsuits have already been filed in state and federal courts over that compromised toxic chemical storage tank at a Garden Grove aerospace company. One suit seeks class action status in state court. Some 50,000 people last week were forced to evacuate for several days when a chemical tank at GKN Aerospace started venting and nearly blew up.
A 13th hantavirus case linked to a cruise ship outbreak has been reported by the World Health Organization. Officials say the person was already in quarantine in Spain. 3 people have died in this outbreak, but no deaths have been reported since May 2nd.
Truckloads of illegal fireworks have been hauled away from a home in South Los Angeles. LAPD officers serving a warrant yesterday stumbled across a huge stash of consumer-grade fireworks. Police say every room in the house was stacked to the ceiling with boxes. Nearby homes were temporarily evacuated as a precaution, as police used at least 5 box trucks to carry away the fireworks. 4 people were arrested.
One of Hollywood's most instantly recognizable legends is getting a new exhibit at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures.
Yeah, Coco's live with a preview of Marilyn Monroe, Hollywood icon. Good morning.
Good morning. So I've spent only a short time so far at this exhibition at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. I have learned so much about Marilyn Monroe that makes me love her even more. So you've got to come and check out this exhibition when it opens on Sunday. But I want to introduce you to Brian Johns. He's the owner of the Icon Collection. You're the reason why I've learned so much about Marilyn. You're so knowledgeable, so passionate. And what's cool is there's a lot of glamour here too, right?
Oh yes, oh yes. I think what's unique about the exhibition, it shows the private and the public side of Marilyn. And this is kind of a sneak peek at film costumes that she wore throughout her career. And you can see the bling and you can see the amazing workmanship in these. And all custom designed for her, of course. That's what costume designers did. And you can go through in chronology basically and see her entire career. You can also see how much that her size changed.
Yes.
You know, her waist, for instance, would go from a 20 up to like a 25, something like that, depending on. And so it's, I think a lot of people are interested in seeing what size she was. You know, what was it like? This is as close as you could get to actually seeing her.
I 100% agree. And as we walk this way, you know, I love that you mentioned how it's really also an opportunity to learn more about her personal life too, and how she set a lot of the trends.
Definitely. I mean, she didn't live as Marilyn Monroe, the star. She lived as Norma Jean, a normal, regular person who didn't like to wear makeup. She didn't like to brush her hair.
Wow.
You know, she just was as normal as one could be for being Marilyn. And so what's interesting about these, if I could talk about a couple of these.
Yes.
So let's go to the black dress here. So that was a 1950s form-fitting dress. And she wore that particular dress to a number of press conferences and public appearances and so on. There are lots of photographs with her in it. She liked wool, so this was by Wool. It's, you know, basically by Seal Chapman, their wool collection. And that was one of her favorite designers in that time. Now from this, we move up a little bit into the 60s.
Okay.
So we go to 1960. This was by her favorite designer at that time, and this would have been 1960, and it was called Jax, here in LA, J-A-X. What's interesting about this is she had several different colors of this dress. She would often buy many of the same thing. And this has an interesting story. She wore this dress to a press conference for a film called Let's Make Love with Yves Montand. And Marilyn was known to really love champagne. And you can see on the breast there where she actually spilled the champagne on there during the press conference. Was that intentional to draw focus to a certain area? We don't know, but she was known. She was very shrewd about her image and so on. And then you can come over this way, and we'll start with the green one. So this dress was by Emilio Pucci.
Okay.
So now we still have the fashion brand Pucci. So Marilyn was a trendsetter. She set trends. This was in the 1960s. You can see she evolved from the form-fitting, and she loved the loose fitting, like very sheer silk. Again, she was on the scandalous side, you know. She didn't like to wear underwear. And so you can imagine a form-fitting dress, but then to go to a loose dress, it's like, okay, you know, it's loose, but doesn't leave much to the imagination. Let's put it that way.
And Brian, this is just such an impressive collection that you have. What do you hope people learn from it or get from it when they come here?
I hope they get to see Marilyn as the person, how she lived every day, and that they learned how she had to overcome such such a terrible childhood, you know, living in 11 different foster homes and so on. That was a tremendous amount. She created Marilyn Monroe. She worked hard. She was very shrewd. She knew her image. She developed her image. She worked hard at being an actress. And she was able to make it into the icon she is today. And that was, you know, very empowering. She was very smart. She knew her dialogue. She knew how to walk. She studied everything. So I think they'll appreciate how strong and smart that she was. And she was a wonderful person.
Yeah.
She loved people. She loved everyday people.
I love that. Thank you so much, Brian, for sharing so much history about her. I love all the stories, too, of the dresses. That really does help you know more about Marilyn Monroe. I think that's what you're going to love about this exhibit when you come to visit starting on Sunday. And this exhibit is going to be running through February of 2027. So that gives you a good amount of time to make sure you're able to come and see this at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. Head to their website, academymuseum.org, for more information on tickets. I'll send it back to you.
I love that he said she created Marilyn Monroe.
It's true. That was her persona. That was what she wanted.
And she would have turned 100 in June, so celebrating her 100th birthday on June the 1st, I believe.
Wow. All right, let's go up to Stu. He's got some breaking news over, I believe, West Adams. Stu.
Yeah, that's right, West Adams. A hit and run, pedestrian struck. A bystander or just somebody driving by renders help. That person's car stolen. This is all happening out here. This is going to be Normandy, right on the on-ramp for the westbound 10 freeway. You can see the officers down there holding this as a crime scene. Now, this happened just moments ago, apparently. California Highway Patrol out here in force. Now, they are definitely looking for that stolen vehicle, that person that was struck by the car that left the scene, that is taken to a local hospital. Right now, though, they're saying that the vehicle that was stolen may be an Amazon delivery vehicle also. So, again, this all happening out here in the West Adams area. Somebody hit by a car, that car takes off, somebody sees it, goes to render aid, that person's car stolen. Very interesting indeed. A lot going on out here. There's going to be more Good Day LA after the break.
welcome to 9 a.m. on this Thursday morning. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us. The weather's changing out there, right, Maria?
Yeah, very similar to yesterday, actually, with some clouds. And I heard you got a little bit of the rain yesterday.
Drenched. I was like, Maria.
Don't you say I didn't warn you about the chance. There is a chance still for some rain, light rain, drizzle today because of this onshore flow and this deep marine layer that we're squeezing out some of that wet stuff. That cloud cover has extended out towards the Inland Empire again this morning, so maybe you got caught in some fog even. The good news is we are looking at our one last day of some cooler, cloudy conditions, and then we'll start to dry things out tomorrow and clear things out as we get to the weekend. But right now it is on the cooler side, 40 in Santa Cruz, 47, 42 in Fraser Park, 47 in Big Bear, to that 50 in Ontario, 67 in Palm Springs right now. High temperatures today will be a little cooler even than yesterday in some areas, but around 81 for the low desert, so that is cooler than average. 66 for the high desert areas. Some breezes, no advisories though today, so that's the good news too. 10% chance for some light showers up into the mountains. The downtown LA area, Inland Orange County, around 67, 69 for the valleys, Inland Empire, and then about a 10 to 20% chance for some showers, possible again along the coast. All right, I'll tell you more about the warm-up we're expecting coming up the weekend in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Maria. Some developing news this morning. 2 children and 2 adults are found shot to death in a North Hills home.
Let's go straight out to Gigi Graciette, who's been live at the scene with more. Gigi?
That's right. The LAPD confirming they believe this was a murder-suicide and that all evidence points to the mother of the 2 children killed as being the shooter. We're on Lundelius Street. This isn't far from Parthenia and Woodley here in North Hills, and this is where it all happened. It was just before 8 o'clock last night when a family member reportedly called 911 to describe a horrific scene. 4 people, including a child and a baby, found shot to death inside the home. Police and paramedics arriving quickly, but there was nothing they could do. All 4 were dead, and again, what police believe was a murder-suicide. Sources saying the evidence indicates the shooter was the children's mother. The victims, an adult man believed to be their father, a baby only months old, and a 5-year-old. It's believed the bodies were found by the children's grandparents, their sobs and cries echoing through the neighborhood. The shooting leaving their neighbors, who said they often saw the couple and children, heartbroken, not believing that this is possible. And one woman said that she hopes that this story at least serves to remind folks that there is help out there. And we also want to remind you, if you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, or if you have a family member, possibly a friend, help is available. You can call or text 988 for free confidential support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that is just one source of help that's available. As for the identity of the 4 people dead, that will come from the medical examiner. Reporting live in North Hills, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
It's so heartbreaking to hear those details. All right, thank you. And now to breaking news in Orange County. Police discover the bodies of 2 men inside an Anaheim hotel room.
Mario is live in Anaheim with more on what we know. Mario, this is disturbing as well.
Yeah, and hotel guests shocked to hear about this tragedy, learning about what happened, and some of them were actually kept out of their rooms overnight during the investigation. So we can tell you this all happened here at the Hotel Pepper Tree in Anaheim. Officials here telling us it was family members that alerted the staff about the 2 inside of one of the rooms, then police shortly after. So take a look. Video showing the investigation overnight. This happening at the Pepper Tree Hotel near Lincoln Avenue and Gilbert Street. Anaheim homicide detectives and crime scene investigation units combing through the scene. Investigators at one point were checking neighboring rooms, reportedly looking for bullet holes that may have pierced through the walls. Police responded here around 10 o'clock last night to find those 2 men dead inside one of the rooms, and they're now investigating this case as a possible double suicide, shocking to the hotel guests and workers in the area.
I think they might have a very serious problem to do this. It's not something you decide to do just a regular basis. Not happening here at all. I'm surprised because usually I expect coming here seeing people with the costume that they wear in Disneyland waiting for Uber, you know, not something serious.
Hotel security telling us one of the men's fathers called the hotel asking for a welfare check on his son before he eventually came here himself. Security staff says the two had checked in 2 days prior on Tuesday, and overnight detectives were seen leaving the hotel with the father. So we are still getting questions from some of the hotel guests about exactly what happened and the police activity out here that we saw until early this morning. We could tell you that police early on told us there was no threat to the community and that they weren't looking for a suspect, and we did learn that the two men who were found inside that hotel room believed to be in their 20s. For now, live in Anaheim this morning, we'll send it back to you, Sandra and Araxia.
All right, Mario, thank you very much for that update. Now, there could be a massive diplomatic development in the war with Iran. Axios reporting U.S. and Iranian negotiators have reached a tentative 60-day agreement to extend the ceasefire and restart nuclear talks. The deal reportedly hinges on unrestricted shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Axios saying negotiators have briefed President Trump, but he has delayed signing off, telling mediators he needs a few days to think it over. This comes as the U.S. launched more defensive strikes against Iran overnight. The Pentagon says it shot down 4 drones that posed a threat around the Strait of Hormuz.
New this morning, Mayor Karen Bass receives a big last-minute endorsement in her bid for re-election in Tuesday's primary. Governor Gavin Newsom formally backed Mayor Bass this morning. The governor credits her work for helping reduce homelessness and violent crime in Los Angeles, while also increasing film production locally and for standing up against ICE raids. Newsom's endorsement may give Bass a boost in what polls show is a very tight race against challengers Nithya Raman and Spencer Pratt.
And you're looking at a live picture right now from LA City Hall, where Mayor Karen Bass will be signing the city's new $15 billion budget. The city council cleared the way for today's signing with a 12-to-1 vote last week. The budget keeps Mayor Bass's goal of hiring more than 500 police officers on track and builds up the city's rainy day funds. But the spending plan did face pushback. City Council member Tracy Park casting the lone no vote. She said the budget cuts coastal cleanup teams and delays millions in critical firefighter staffing. Mayor Bass again about to hold a press conference right there. You see representatives from different labor organization, union members, workers from across the city gathering right there behind the podium. And we are going to be waiting for Mayor Bass to approach the microphone to finally sign off on this $15 billion city budget. So clearly it was a fight between lawmakers in terms of priorities and plans for the city as we look ahead. But again, one lone no vote by Tracy Park. All right, as we wait for that, let's check in with Maria with a check of the forecast.
Well, we're going to do traffic really quickly first. We'll do that because Good Day LA Traffic actually sponsored by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. Looking at our real-time traffic map here, I just want to point out there are some cells. These are rain cells, so don't be surprised if you do get caught in some of the sprinkle or light rain chance that I had been mentioning in the forecast this morning. Here is a live look at one of our traffic cameras. This is the 5 freeway at Beach Boulevard out towards Orange County, northbound side of the cars coming at you here, but really both sides, north and southbound sides of the 5 moving quite nicely. Here are the drive times coming in and out of downtown LA. Some improvement on that West 10 going towards Santa Monica between 5 to the 405. It's 37 minutes now. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, 27 minutes. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, 31 minutes there. Now here's a look at some of our other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Hi there.
Hi, ladies. Hi. It's a short week for me. It's already Thursday. I had to double check. Let's jump into some entertainment, shall we? Sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Okay, I really want your opinion on this because, you know, with AI, we can be really into it or kind of afraid of it. Well, Marvel legend Stan Lee returns, kind of, sort of. Ooh. Yeah. So the AI audio company 11 Labs has reached a deal with Stan Lee Universe to use Lee's voice and likeness. 11 Labs has a collection of celebrity voices that companies can license for commercial use. However, everyday users will also be able to use his voice to narrate, this is the part that gets me, any book on the company's reader app. They say the voice was trained using professional recordings of Lee.
Wow. I don't know.
Any. The fact that it's any,
right,
kind of gives me a little bit of chills because I would think that they would want some parameters because any means future things that they get on the site. Are there any guidelines to the any books? Can it be erotica? Can it be,
I was going to say, is it going to be romance?
Romance? I mean, is it a certain genre only? You know,
yeah.
I mean, that's what
I need some boundaries.
I need some boundaries. I need some fine print on that.
I mean, he's got a great voice.
He has a great voice.
The person I also just immediately thought of would be like Vince Scully.
Yeah,
you know,
bringing back his voice, keeping it alive.
So many things,
right? But I mean, imagine
that really opens the door,
right? But you would want it to, I think, to have it be controlled in some.
Yeah, of
aspect,
course.
So.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned. I guess more to come on that. You know, I'm feeling chipper.
Are you?
Yeah. You know, let's do a little springtime joke, shall we? Why don't beavers use computers?
Beavers?
Yes.
Why?
Because the chip's broken?
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Something about the dam, like they're damned if they do. Or
oh, that's also good. Well, they like to rely on their logs.
Oh.
All this to get excited for one of Sandra's favorite and only movies that she's seen this year. We've got about another official month of spring, and that means it's a great time for the outdoors and to catch some Pixar cuteness at home.
Hoppers is coming to Disney Plus.
Oh, lizard. Remember?
Pond rules.
All your favorite critters from the comfort of your couch. You know I'm going to keep saying critters now, right? The animal world at home when Disney and Pixar's Hoppers debuts next week, ladies, June 3rd on Disney Plus. Now, Sandra, you know that Pixar always has that classic kind of lesson embedded in the film, and I know you saw Hoppers. What did you take away from the film?
Well, always take care of the environment, protect nature.
Take care of you.
Yes, absolutely. And just, you know, remember your roots, right? Because it was Mabel's grandmother who instilled those rules, you know, and the lessons in life that she should
I cried.
value. I know.
Who doesn't cry in a Pixar film?
Every time.
If you don't cry in a Pixar film, I wonder if you're human.
If you have a heart.
Truly.
Or if you're AI or a robot.
There's no way out. Every single film always is touching.
It's true.
But is this a strategy? Because it's perfect for summer vacation because kids are coming out of school. They need something to do, maybe for a couple hours during the day. You could turn on.
You could turn it on.
Hoppers.
Turn on Hoppers. It's cute. I got a giggle out of it. It's a good time.
It's a good movie.
I saw Hoppers, but we just watched something. Oh my gosh, Swap.
Oh, Swap on Netflix.
Yes,
with Michael B. Jordan.
It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah,
it's for kids.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Okay.
Because you guys are going to need all the content you can for the summer, right? The kids, do they do camp or what do you do? Camp house?
No. I was hoping you would start a camp this summer. We talked about this last year.
I know.
Take a few days off.
Okay.
In 1 week, you can make so much money. Let me tell you something.
I know.
Even just a half-day camp is like $500 per kid. Amanda?
Sleeping on this
gold
side hustle.
mine.
Yes, and I have experience because I worked for the YMCA and I was a camp counselor.
I'm just saying, think about it.
Played Uno. I don't let them win either. Pawn rules, you're going to have to come play.
All right, well, you might have celebrated a little early over Memorial Day weekend, but today is National Hamburger Day. Well, there's no specific date. It's likely hamburgers first appeared in the 19th or early 20th centuries. Over the years, it's become a culinary staple, of course, in the United States, and many restaurants are offering deals to celebrate. So last hour, we asked you, What's the most important part of the burger? Here are the results. All right, 66% say the meat. But you know what? No, you know why? Though, but some people are like really religious about.
I like a sesame seed bun too.
Like the bun.
Those are hard to
A
find.
brioche bun. The bread makes the bread makes it. The burger. As does the meat, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where do you go when you're craving, you're hankering for a hamburger? Where do you go?
In-N-Out.
Yeah.
And we do have some comments, though. Let's take a look. Thanks for sending these in. We have Danae from San Bernardino. MGM Burger in Riverside.
I've never been.
Neither have I. I've only been to the Vegas MGM.
Yeah, same.
Okay, Megan from Yorba Linda. I've traveled around the U.S. and eaten a lot of burgers. By far, the best is In-N-Out, always.
That's right.
But what about the fries?
No, that's not the best.
Okay.
Wow, you know, Steven's from Ontario. You like to weigh in. I love this. I love homemade burgers, but Rush Burger in San Bernardino is the absolute best on the street.
Rush.
Another good recommendation.
Bryce from Cornita. Animal style, duh. I like animal style, too.
Do you?
At In-N-Out.
Okay. And well, thank you for weighing in.
Keep sending us your comments. We'll read them on the air. And we'll be right back.
welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good day, LA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino. All right, let's take a look at the camera there. That was our Santa Monica camera, and it was cloudy. It was a cloudy shot, actually, and that's kind of the pattern again today, similar to yesterday with a mixed bag. Some areas seeing some sunshine, some areas seeing just some clouds, and even some light sprinkles or some light rain. That's in the forecast again today. As we look forward, though, we are going to have some drier weather and warmer temperatures, but more importantly, we've got 24 days left until Father's Day and the official start to summer, the summer solstice coming up June 21st. So both holidays or dates to remember coinciding on the same day. On normal temperature, upper 70s. July 4th will be the next upcoming holiday, which will be in 30 days, and the average for that date is 81 degrees. Today, far from that. We've got an area of low pressure that is spinning to our north. That is what's helping to give us the onshore flow and that cooler air mass coming in from the west-northwest. And look at the rain and the snow up to our north. Also some snow in the Sierra Nevada, including Mammoth Resort, which, by the way, they have extended their season even another week to June 7th will be when they're planning to close, unless another big storm rolls in, I think. But we are anticipating some warmer temperatures, though, as we get into the weekend, especially next week. High pressure will build behind that area of low pressure, and that will give us a slight offshore flow. And you know when that happens, typically we'll warm the atmosphere up. So next week we will be well above average. But today, no. 68 degrees in Inglewood, that is below normal. 63 in Fresno if you're headed there. 47 in Mammoth Lakes. 82 in Las Vegas. Here is our day planner for Anaheim. We've got some mostly cloudy skies. That sun will try to break through that cloud cover, so we'll call it partly cloudy this afternoon, with that temperature staying on the cooler side in the upper 60s. Thousand Oaks, similarly, cloudy conditions, and kind of it's alternating between partly sunny, or rather mostly cloudy to mostly sunny, looking at mid to upper 60s perhaps this afternoon. Big Bear sitting up above the marine layer, which is at about 5,000 feet. We're talking about temperatures in the low 50s. That's it this afternoon. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. Check out this surprising thing tennis players are having to do with their rackets at the French Open. So this video is going viral, showing Coco Gauff storing her tennis rackets in a fridge. High temperatures can often soften racket strings, altering control and ball response. So by keeping the rackets cool, players can help maintain more consistent string performance during matches. Yeah, you want it to be taut, right? So that the ball can hit and bounce off that racket. But gosh,
the weather plays a role in so many things.
In everything, especially sports.
Yeah, it can make a big difference between a win or a loss.
That's right. Yeah. All right, some of the country's best young spellers, that's a sport too, right? Competitive spelling. They are getting READY for their moment in the spotlight.
Ready. Okay, the finals for the Scripps National Spelling Bee happens tonight, and it will feature two Southern Californians.
K-A-N-G-L-I, Congley.
That is correct. Apparently a lot. These kids are so amazing. That is just a little sample of the spelling power on display this week in D.C. The field of 247 spellers from across the country now down to just 9 finalists. And you know what? 2 of them are seasoned pros from right here in SoCal.
I love that. Oliver Halkett of Silver Lake and Shrey Parikh of Rancho Cucamonga have been to the big stage before. Oliver tied for 7th place last year. Shrey finished 3rd in 2024. So tonight, the winner takes home more than $50,000 in cash and prizes. Good luck to all of them.
Oh my goodness.
That's
so impressive.
Stressful.
Oh my gosh, yes, but I'm so impressed by these kids. I'm a terrible speller.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I need to look at it, write it first. I can't say it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Kind of like math too.
Me too. Well, here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, 9:26 still to come. Marilyn Monroe's iconic style on display at the Academy Museum. Coco is there this morning.
Good morning. That's right. Iconic indeed. We're talking about Marilyn Monroe, and this is such a cool exhibition that's going to be opening here at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. We'll take you here live coming up. Look at her makeup.
9:30 and a live picture from LA City Hall where Mayor Karen Bass just signed the city's new $15 billion budget.
No,
let's listen in.
Absolutely not. And let me just say that it is a close race. I'm not shocked that it's a close race. I feel confident about Tuesday, and of course there are many, many polls around that show different results.
What are the polls showing?
Different results. Me in the lead, but I'm not prepared to do an analysis of different polls, but clearly me in the lead.
Any other questions?
That's it? All of our good news? Well, no questions. I guess that's good news too. Thank you very much, everybody.
And in addition to that, Governor Gavin Newsom also formally endorsed Mayor Karen Bass this morning as well.
That's right. Speaking of that, it was just 5 days until the primary, and Bass receiving that big endorsement from the governor in her re-election bid, formally backing Mayor Bass this morning. The governor crediting her for her work in helping to reduce homelessness and violent crime in Los Angeles, while also increasing film production locally and for standing up against ICE raids. Newsom's endorsement may give Bass a boost in what polls show is a very tight race against challengers Nithya Raman and Spencer Pratt.
All right, speaking of Governor Gavin Newsom, he just signed a new law that concerns the election process in our state, and it comes after Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco, a Republican candidate for governor, seized 650,000 ballots claiming election fraud.
73 puts in protections to ensure that ballots will be secured and that voters have confidence in our election system that their voices will be heard at the ballot box.
Election workers should never fear political intimidation for simply doing their job. Voters should never wonder whether ballots were improperly handled, and law enforcement powers should never be misused in ways that jeopardize the integrity of our democratic process.
The legislation also makes it a crime, punishable by a $1,000 fine, imprisonment, or by both for a person to knowingly take a package which contains voted ballots from the custody of elections officials.
And Sheriff Bianco is going to join us live on Good Day LA in just about 30 minutes from now, so we'll get his reaction to the new law and ask him about those alleged fraudulent ballots.
All right, here's a look at the latest polling for governor from the Public Policy Institute of California. Democrat Javier Becerra leads the pack with 23%, followed closely by Republican Steve Hilton at 20%. Tom Steyer, Chad Bianco, and Katie Porter round out the top 5. The survey also found most voters support the state's top 2 primary systems, while more than half back a proposed tax on billionaires.
All right, one of Hollywood's greatest legends is getting a new exhibit at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures.
Coco live with a preview of Marilyn Monroe, Hollywood icon. I think this is the perfect person for you. Color pink is all about Coco and Marilyn.
Yes, I love Marilyn Monroe, and so many of us love her. She's such an icon, right? She's really timeless at this point. So many people, even growing up today, know about Marilyn Monroe, and we know, of course, the glamorous side. But the cool thing about this new exhibition is the fact that you're going to learn the personal side, too. I am here with Sophia Serrano now, who is the curator for this, and tell us about these beautiful dresses and what they mean to this exhibition.
Hi, so we are here with 2 of the many showstopper costumes that we have on display in the exhibition. They are worn in Some Like It Hot, and we have the black illusion and the white illusion look that Ori Kelly created for her. It was really unique as a project for her because it was done in black and white. So Marilyn wanted all her films originally to be in color, and so it was a fight to get these in black and white. Wow. And what is so special about them is, of course, we're seeing them here today, but when they're on camera in black and white, it really looks like she's wearing nothing but beads and rhinestones, and it was quite shocking at the time. They just have extraordinary details. On the back side of the white one, there's a little cutout heart that Ori Kelly says was a little inside joke with him, Marilyn, and Billy Wilder. You barely see it in the film, but they're just exquisite pieces, and Ori Kelly ended up winning the Academy Award for his costume design of them.
Wow, Well, I can see why. I mean, they're beautiful. And Sophia, as we pivot this way, what's cool is you'll also get the experience to be able to hear her voice and hear one of her interviews, right?
Yeah, and then in the exhibition, we go behind the scenes a little bit, and you see a highlight on the last interview that she gave before her passing for Life magazine. We have the audio. We also have images of her giving it. And what's special about this interview is that she did it in her own home. She usually was very private and didn't always invite the press into her private space. But in this instance, she had the interviewer and the photographer come and see her in her living room. You know, we have a great assortment of materials that were from her home in Brentwood. So you can see these images here. For example, there's the cabinet, and then we're really fortunate to have it on display here in the exhibition, so you can really get a sense of her personal space. The home in Brentwood was her sanctuary. It was really special for her to be able to be here. It was the only home that she owned by herself. And she handpicked every item that you saw in the house. She did trips to Mexico to collect the items. So the tiles are custom hand painted, the tapestry, the painting, the chair, the coffee table. These are all items that she collected during her travel. And she had a really close connection with Mexico. Her mother was born there. And so this was a really great way that she was shaping her life right before her passing.
Yeah. I mean, this is just curated so wonderfully as I've walked throughout it. What was it like for you to curate this exhibition?
It was really magical and special because you're with objects that were really a part of her life. We have over 200 objects, and just to think, oh, this is, you know, materials that chairs she would sit on, makeup she would use, costumes she was wearing, it's haunting in a way. And it's just a really beautiful way to honor her life and think about her career and the agency that she had in shaping her public persona.
What do you hope people get from it when they come here?
Well, we are big movie fans here, so I really hope that people get a new appreciation of her film career in particular. So just seeing the costumes and how beautiful they are, we have a great highlight of all her great performances. And so I really hope that people get a better understanding for her, what she was doing behind the scenes, but also go home and watch more Marilyn movies.
I like that. Well, thank you so much, Sophia. What a great message. And it's just a really cool exhibition. It's actually massive, by the way, too. So if you come and want to check this out, it's going to open on Sunday. It's going to be open through February of 2027, which I think is great, too. And the tickets are free for kids, $15 for students, and $25 for adults. So for more information on how you can get tickets, head to their website, academymuseum.org. I'll send it back to you.
I love seeing all those dresses and all her images, the pictures.
It is beautiful. So iconic. All right, Coco, thank you.
All right, training camp is officially underway for the U.S. men's national team. Just one day after the 26-man roster was announced, the team arrived at their training facility for the first time yesterday. Players were greeted by a line of people applauding and cheering outside the Arthur M. Blank U.S. Soccer National Training Center in Georgia. It's a brand new facility that's also the headquarters of the U.S. Soccer Federation. The facility sits on 200,000 acres of land. This Sunday, Team USA will take on Senegal in an international friendly.
Meanwhile, a big attraction for World Cup fans was just unveiled at the Santa Monica Pier.
And we're about to show you just how big. We are joined by Nadia Kim, a senior manager for integrated brand marketing at Fox Sports. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
This is so awesome. What a photo op for so many people who are going to be coming here for the World Cup. So show us and tell us what it's all about right there at the Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah, guys, well, we're 2 weeks out from World Cup, which is pretty hard to believe. Obviously, Los Angeles is one of the host cities, is hosting the first game of the U.S. men's national team. And with that, we've got Christian Pulisic right behind us over here from the U.S. men's national team. Lionel Messi, of course, doesn't have to be explained. And then Lamine Yamal from the Spain team. So, yeah, just one of the many marketing initiatives that we've got over here at Fox Sports in this rollout to the World Cup.
I'm sure it was hard to pick which player to properly display there because there's so many superstars that are going to be showcased in the World Cup.
Absolutely. I won't get too much into the sausage making, but let's just say there were hours of brainstorms on who the right picks would be, and I think we landed it, though. Hopefully you agree.
You nailed it, for sure.
I don't know if you saw, I think it was Lowe's, they had this giant inflatable Lionel Messi, right? Like the blow-up. Okay,
Yes.
you guys made it look more realistic, I will say. Yes, job well done there.
That's no, it's amazing to see the World Cup fever, you know, great partners all around, just getting super excited for it. And yeah, anyone who's in the area, we'd love you guys to come out. Ours is about 40 feet tall, so you can't miss them if you're in the Santa Monica area.
That's right. And also, you're going to be moving these inflatables around, so make sure to get your picture with them while you can, right?
Exactly right. It's a one day only, so we'll be up here till about 8 p.m. tonight, which will be good. And then we're moving on to Miami next week, so don't miss it. If you're around the area, please come out.
All right.
I feel like Santa Monica appears like the perfect place to do one of these, though. It's just, I mean, you can see it from anywhere, right? It has the space. It's beautiful.
Yes. And the sun's shining. I'll be honest, we did a launch for these last week where we were in a couple of fun little cities that were sort of a surprise and delight for folks in Belgium, Wisconsin, Brazil, Indiana, and Holland, Michigan. A call to some of the many countries in the World Cup. But here out in Santa Monica, we've got nothing but sunshine today, so we're excited for that.
That's right. I got to pop on over there after work.
Get your picture. Please. Please do. All right, I'll be here. Just let me know.
All right, Nadia. I'm going to find you. Thanks so much. Again, there until 8 o'clock tonight.
All right, the World Cup starts. Again, reminder here, June 11th. And, of course, you can catch it all right here on Fox 11. We'll be here with complete wall-to-wall coverage, breaking down the action, and so much more.
And LA is getting a Major League Volleyball franchise next year. Add that sport to your list. It'll be led by LA Times owner Patrick Soon-Shiong. Major League Volleyball, which posted this picture on its Instagram, says it's part of a bigger effort to grow professional women's volleyball in the United States. The league says Olympian and three-time NCAA champion Alicia Childress will be the head coach. The team's name and branding will be unveiled in the coming weeks.
All right, looks like the Dodgers may have a future All-Star on the way. Pitcher Tyler Glasnow and his wife Megan just announced they are expecting their first child. They did it in a really cute way. Megan took to Instagram, posted these photos with the caption, "Full bellies." It includes a picture of Tyler trying to match Megan's baby bump next to the Buddha statue. It's the latest chapter in the couple's love story. The pair famously met in 2021 when Tyler spotted Megan at a game and tossed her a baseball with his phone number on it.
Nice move.
Yeah. Also, she caught it, because these days, you never know. Someone could have intercepted
Someone
that.
else is calling him.
News of the pregnancy comes 6 months after the couple tied the knot during the Dodgers offseason. So a big congrats to them.
That's great. All right, well, many baseball players have some strange superstitions, but this seems a bit much. So look at what UCLA pitcher Angel Cervantes keeps alongside him on the mound. You have to look closely. There it is, a little toy dinosaur. It's a triceratops named Jerry, and Angel says it's something he's done every time he's on the mound since he was in high school. The tradition seems to be working, though. UCLA won the Big Ten baseball tournament and is the #1 seed in the upcoming playoffs.
I mean, it's fun to learn about strange superstitions, but for me, it's the backstory. Like, how did this become the thing for him?
Maybe it was like a childhood toy, right?
Or like in a cereal box.
Right.
No, I'm serious.
What if he loses it? Then what?
Right.
Then there's your whole career? Come on.
I don't know.
Usually it's like a ritual they do, right?
Yeah.
Like a routine.
Yeah, like don't wash your socks or something.
But in this case, it's the baby.
This is better than don't wash your socks.
Right. Please wash them. Summer camp is an annual tradition for many families, but like many things these days, it's getting more complicated.
Yes, it is, and expensive. The rising cost options and registration deadlines can be very overwhelming. Caroline Shively takes a closer look.
Summer camp. It's often thought of as an American rite of passage. A 2024 Gallup survey found 30 million kids and teens were engaged in some kind of summer activity. And if you haven't signed up yet, you may be too late.
Okay, Marty McFly, hope you have a DeLorean because you needed to do that back in February.
But American Camp Association CEO Henry DeHart says you could still be in luck.
When you're open to the idea of day camp, you're not too late this year.
The association found in a 2022 study that camp helps kids build on skills beyond the classroom.
Independent social skills, grit, creativity, problem solving, leadership, sense of belonging.
It also provides an opportunity to unplug from today's digital world, and even a few weeks away can be a major boost to mental health.
A break from social media and away from technology and phones. The ability to build face-to-face relationships, time outdoors and being active outdoors.
And contrary to how they're sometimes portrayed, they're not all canoeing and hiking.
If you're really interested in rock climbing, you can do that, or horseback riding, but also things you wouldn't normally associate with camp, like theater or coding or STEM.
So when is the right time for your child to go? DeHart says every kid is different.
Some kids are just raring to go and can't get there fast enough, and others are a little bit more hesitant. Most kids are ready these days to go to camp before the parents are ready to send them.
Of course, the price is a factor. Sleepaway camps can run thousands of dollars a week.
Cost is a barrier.
But don't let that discourage you.
There's a camp out there for every family's budget.
DeHart says the majority of camps offer some kind of financial aid option or other perks like sibling discounts. Caroline Shively, Fox News.
I'll tell you, one of the perks is that, at least for one camp my kids did last year, if you were a counselor at one point and now you've grown up and you have your own kids, your kids get to go for like 40% off.
Oh, wow.
Some crazy amount. So it was so funny. So many of the parents are like telling their kids, hey, be a counselor now. It'll pay off later for you. And
great.
It's so true because it adds up.
Oh, it's hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to send these kids to camp over the summer. And then I laughed because she said sibling discount. It's like $25
Right,
off.
it's like nothing.
It's nothing.
Be a counselor instead. That's a better discount. 2 California cities made the list of the best cities to raise a family here in the U.S. A new Wallet Hub study found Fremont, California is the best city in the U.S. to raise a family. Researchers analyzed nearly 200 cities looking at 45 different metrics, including affordability, safety, and childcare. Overland Park, Kansas, Irvine, California. Irvine always gets a shout out. Plano, Texas, and Columbia, Maryland rounded out the top 5. Coming in last, though, on that list was Detroit.
Oh, yeah. You know, any metropolitan area, like I think of New York City, it's tough because you have subways, buses that kids have to navigate, and moms pushing strollers, trying to commute. It's hard. And speaking of raising families, Big Bear's eaglets, Sandy and Luna, are learning how to fly. The young bald eagles have been practicing in their nest above Big Bear Lake, flapping their wings, hopping around, and building strength for their first flight. They are not airborne just yet, but viewers are watching the live eagle cam and can see they're getting closer every day. They're certainly getting bigger every day. It's like they can't fit in that nest.
They're huge. Don't even recognize them anymore.
And are they still fed by their parents? Are parents still no?
I was reading on it that they are now self-feeding.
Okay.
So that's
but the parents have to bring the food, right? Because
yes, but before they would pick up the fish and then they would give it to them. But now they're doing it themselves.
Good, good.
So they're becoming very independent, these two. We do have some nice weather conditions up there, if you notice, with our Big Bear camera looking at the lake. We're seeing some sunshine, and Big Bear is sitting up above the depth of the marine layer, so we are expecting sunny skies there up at the lake. The area of low pressure that is spinning to our north, this is what's giving some rain, more measurable rain through parts of the Bay Area, Northern California. Also some snow through parts of Mammoth Resort, which is extending their skiing snowboard season to June 7th now, next weekend. So that's good news. We, meanwhile, are on the southern part of this area of low pressure. So we're getting some wind, but nothing too strong. So no advisories are in effect, but we are tapping into this cooler air mass. So that's why temperatures are going to stay below average today. On the beach, on the sand, 62 to 65. If you're headed in the water, low 60s, very similar. But those surf heights are up a little bit. Ventura County, LA beaches, 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 4 feet, Orange County, San Diego as well. If you are going to be anywhere near inland Orange County, downtown LA, it's upper 60s today, so that's below the average. We will jump up, though, beginning tomorrow into certainly this weekend, 70s and low 80s by Sunday, and we're going to hang on to that as we get to the better part of next week, staying above average. 69 for the valleys and the Inland Empire, so that's kind of cool, right? A little drizzly, perhaps at times, and then we'll stay in the upper 80s to near 90 by Sunday into next week. Big Bear, 50. That's it for this afternoon. However, there's a lot of sunshine, and you can see the upper 70s will be in store for up in Big Bear for the better part of next week. High desert, 66 degrees, getting to those 90s, as you see. And the low desert in the Coachella Valley, 81, not bad today. 99 on Sunday, to those triple digits for the better part of next week. All right, now let's talk hamburgers with Amanda. I'm so jealous.
Hamburgers. We're going to be eating some hamburgers, Maria. It's National Burger Day.
Yes, it is.
You guys took a little too long to get to me, and I already got some schmutz all over me because I couldn't help myself. Because Jason is back. Good. We're making a habit of it today for National Burger Day. And let me just tell you, Habit Burger and Grill does it right. And you don't just have a Burger Day special. You have a Burger Week special.
Exactly.
Oh,
at Habit, we felt one day just wasn't enough.
It's not.
So we're starting today all the way to June 3rd. The My Habit members can go online and get, on the office tab, and then they can redeem, redeem their code. So they can get 2 char burgers right here for the price of 1.
And these are not just hamburgers, Jason. These are char burgers, because what sets Habit Burger and Grill apart from the others?
So it's how we cook on that open flame. That open flame delivers a smoky burger. It has crispy edges, a juicy center, and you just can't fake that.
You can't fake the
Can't fake it.
And I love that you have the sesame seeds on the bun. That's hard to find nowadays. Not everybody has it.
Yes. No. It's all about the bun, and our bun has to be fresh. It's got to be soft.
Yeah.
All the components at Habit, all that fresh lettuce, the fresh tomato, the pickles, the mayo, and that patty, that's how we deliver every single day. And the best thing is we cook fresh to order every single burger.
I love that. You made it for me. I wanted mine custom. You made it for me.
I made it on the fly just for you.
Because if you don't have it, it's not a habit. That's what I say. Look at this one. I just want to zoom in on this one right now. This is the Santa Barbara one. It's double patty.
Yeah, so it's a double patty. It also has fresh avocado with hints of lime and our Habit seasoning. But right over here, if you know or you don't know, our double char was voted #1 best burger in America by USA Today 2 years in a row.
Wow.
Not only that, our tempura fried green beans 2 years in a row, best side through USA Today. And also last year, we won first place on the best fast casual.
Excuse me, I didn't know I was in the presence of royalty. Award-winning burgers here. Come buns, come all. Go to Habit Burger, get yourself a deal, and vote in our poll question of the day. Thank you, Jason, from Habit Burger and Grill. What is the most important part of a burger? Let me hear some cheers. Is it the meat? Is it the cheese? Is it the bun? Or is it the condiments? I think we're meat and cheese kind of people over here. Go to foxla.com/vote, leave us a comment, head over to Habit, and we will be right back.
Perfect.
2 for 1 char burgers. Come bun, come all.
And if you're not a member, you're going to go to...
Good morning. Welcome. It is 10 a.m. already, and we begin this hour with some developing news in San Fernando Valley. This is actually a really tragic story, really heartbreaking.
That's right. 4 people, including a baby and a little boy, are found shot to death in a North Hills home, and Gigi Graciette has the details. Gigi.
That's right. We start off with breaking news because the medical examiner has now identified the 3 victims. They are 31-year-old Kajag Basmajian, his daughter, only 6 days old, Ella, and his little boy, Alec, only 2 years old. All of them killed, police believe, in a murder-suicide, and the shooter was their mother. She has not yet been publicly identified, and this is where it happened. We're on Lundelius Street here in North Hills. This is not far from Parthenia and Woodley. Let's take you back to yesterday, around 8 o'clock. That's when a family member reportedly calling 911 to discover a horrific scene. 4 people, including the baby, the little boy, and his parents were dead, shot to death inside the house. Police and paramedics arrived quickly, but sadly there was nothing they could do. All 4 of them were dead, and again what police believe was a murder-suicide. And police say the evidence indicates that the shooter was the children's mother. Again, the victims, the children's father, the baby only 6 days old, and that little boy only 2. It is believed the bodies were found by the children's grandparents. Their sobs and cries echoed through this quiet neighborhood last night. The shooting leaving their neighbors, who said they often saw the couple and their children, heartbroken.
I came out crying, seeing everything. It was just so heartbreaking.
And when you hear it's a murder-suicide and the suspected shooter, according to police, is the mom.
That's crazy. Like, what were you going through? Help needs to be available everywhere. It's really sad.
And this is a good moment to remind folks that there is help available if you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, or maybe a family member, a friend is. Please, you can call or text 988. That is a suicide and crisis lifeline. It's free, it's confidential, it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 988. There is help available. And if you're just joining us here on Good Day LA, the medical examiner has now identified the 3 victims in this murder-suicide. 31-year-old Kajag Basmajian, his son Alec, only 2 years old, and his baby girl, only 6 days old. And again, police believe the person who killed them and then took her own life by suicide was their mother. Her name has not yet been publicly released. Reporting live in North Hills, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
Just so heartbreaking all around. 6 days and 2-year-old. Gosh.
Terrible story.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Now to developing news in Orange County. Police discovering the bodies of 2 men inside an Anaheim hotel room.
Trying to figure out what happened here. Let's go to Mario live in Anaheim with what we know so far about this case.
Yeah, unfortunately, Roxy, Sandra, another tragedy here in Orange County. Police believe at this point in the investigation, a shooting with 2 young men taking their own lives. And it happened here at this hotel behind me, Hotel Pepper Tree, inside of a 3rd floor room where the 2 people were found and where some hotel guests were kept out of their rooms overnight. So let's go to the video here showing the investigation that began last night and stretched into the morning. Anaheim homicide detectives and crime scene investigation units combing through the scene at the hotel near Lincoln and Gilbert. Police say officers responded to a call for service here around 10 o'clock last night and found 2 men dead inside one of the rooms who had reportedly suffered gunshot wounds. They're now investigating this as a possible double suicide. Early this morning, investigators were going room to room checking whether any bullets may have pierced through the hotel walls after the gunfire.
I know that there was bullet holes. But they did not pierce our wall. The cops looked in our room to see if they pierced our wall because it was on our wall that we share, but they didn't pierce anything. It's very, very sad. Just a sad situation. I hope that, the family's doing okay. That's all I hope. It's a tragedy.
And this is video from a hotel guest as police were searching one of the neighboring rooms. Hotel security telling us one of the men's fathers called the hotel asking for a welfare check on his son before eventually coming here himself. And the two men, according to hotel security, checked in here 2 days ago on Tuesday. And overnight, homicide detectives were seen leaving the hotel with the father. Now, back out here live, the two men that were found here, believed to be in their 20s. We really don't know much else about them, but heartbreaking for the families involved, as you can imagine. For now, live in Anaheim, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
Absolutely heartbreaking. All right, Mario, thank you. And now we go to Riverside County, where Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco making his case to lead California as governor, promising to shake up Sacramento with a tough-on-crime, anti-establishment message.
This morning, he is joining us live from San Diego. He's in a car because he's very busy. He's on the move, obviously, from San Diego, as making his final push before Tuesday's primary election. Glad we have you with us. Thank you for being with us. So let's get right to it. You have promised to dismantle Sacramento and aggressively use executive powers as governor. So what specifically would you do on day one?
So day one, and probably day 1 through day 10, is about removing the regulations that are harming Californians. Our businesses are being forced out of state. Our gas prices are through the roof. We can't build homes. It's not that homes are not affordable. It's that they're not affordable to build. Builders are being prevented 3 to 5 years to build a house, and $150,000, $200,000 extra in fees and regulatory costs just to build a house. That's why we can't afford them. Gas is all because of environmental extremist activism. We just have to get back to where we have a level playing field with the rest of the country, so businesses stop leaving, businesses come back into California, and we can actually afford to live here.
Okay, you touched on a number of things here, but what agency or programs do you think are specifically broken right now?
Well, we can probably sit and argue that every single agency and board and commission in California is broken. Every agency, every entity in California is suffering from the same thing. And it's not us. It's not law enforcement. It's not the building community. It's not the oil community. It's the 130 people in Sacramento, and really only 90 in Sacramento, that are harming us. So you're talking about the California Coastal Commission, the CEQA, CARB, all of those boards and commissions, the Wildlife Agency, all of these boards and commissions that are truly run by environmental activists are destroying our state. They're making it so people are leaving. They're making it so we can't afford things. That is what's driving the cost. It's not businesses. It's not the oil companies. It is purposely done by regulation from California state legislatures and our governor. And people are over it. They're tired of it, and we need a break.
Where do you believe the governor's authority should stop?
It should stop where the Constitution says it should stop. I believe that the voters should be picking someone that represents them, not that represents a extremist ideological agenda. And that's what we have. We don't have a governor that represents all of California. And that's what I'm going to represent. I'm not doing this for Republicans. It's for everyone. It's Californians. I will represent Democrats and independents just the exact same way that I represent Republicans, because I am only doing this for Californians. And we haven't had a governor for a very, very long time that was not wrapped up in a political, ideological agenda that was harming half of the state.
All right, Sheriff, you've been very vocal about seizing these ballots, saying there was fraud involved, and today the governor's office has done something about it, passing some legislation there in direct response to what you have done. So tell us about your reaction to Newsom's signed Senate Bill 73, which limits the changes on how law enforcement can access voting ballots.
Yeah. How corrupt are we going to allow state government to be? How corrupt are we going to allow a governor and a legislature to be that they are now passing laws to stop people from finding fraud, to stop people from investigating election fraud? This is the most crazy thing I have ever seen. And I hope every single person in California is paying attention, because if you can't see that it's time to get these people out of office that are there for themselves, that are there to manipulate the system, that are there to cheat us, that are there to defraud us, we are going to be lost in California. because this is so obvious now. It's almost to the point where it's comical. It's like we're being punked. Ashton Kutcher is not going to run out and tell us that we're all being punked. We're being punked by our own state government, the people that are putting us there. This is absolutely crazy. This election case that we were doing is nothing more than any other type of a fraud case. It is completely obvious that the Registrar of Voters in Riverside County has a number of ballots that were turned in, 611,000. How in the world does 658,000 votes get spit out of those machines when you throw 611,000 in? And a judge agreed. So all we were going to do.
You called this
go ahead.
The seizure of these ballots a fact-finding mission. What has your investigation found? Because the Attorney General, Rob Bonta, has found that there was no impropriety here.
Rob Bonta is an absolute liar. And I'm sorry, I love both of you, but don't repeat that and act like that's true. That is not even close to true. Rob Bonta filed a lawsuit solely to exercise authority over a sheriff that he doesn't have. His lawsuit has nothing to do with these ballots. He told me to stop a lawful investigation, and I said, no, you don't have the authority to do that. And he took it to court, and now we have to argue that case. This isn't about a lawful case. And what Newsom just signed into law proves that what I did is exactly lawful and should have been done. And now they are trying to prevent it from happening in the future. Why would they have passed that law if what I did wasn't legal? They're trying to make it unlawful for any law enforcement officer to do that. We are being manipulated and we are being lied to. Rob Bonta is an absolute embarrassment to law enforcement, and we better start seeing this in our state or we are in big, big trouble, especially 5 days away from an election.
Sheriff, I'll tell you, as voters, when you hear that there's an investigation, you worry about the confidence when it comes to elections, right? So do you have any concerns that this could deepen mistrust?
Yeah, I absolutely do. What everyone should be concerned of is there's an investigation to make sure we don't have election fraud, and you have an attorney general that's stopping that investigation. Why would he not want those ballots counted? Why would not any rational person want those ballots counted to make sure that there is no election fraud? Because that's a major discrepancy. 46,000 votes discrepancy is massive. Why would we not want to find out why? But apparently you have a Secretary of State, a governor, and an attorney general who don't want those counted. So that is what is showing the mistrust in the election system. That is showing all of the disgruntled, the disenfranchised Californians that the system's manipulated, that politicians are lying to us, cheating, and stealing our state. That's what it's proving. And we have to get back to the realization that we have to make sure that our elections are secure. We must have secure elections if we're going to maintain the integrity of our country and our state.
Okay, then at what point would you consider the investigation closed?
We're going to count those ballots, and we're going to find out how many there are. If there are 656,000, then the investigation's closed. But if there's 611,000 and there's 658,000 yes and no votes, we have a massive, massive problem that we have to get to the bottom of and find out why. Is it the machines? Is it people? Is it ballots being run through twice? Was it the machines counting different than what it should have counted with paper going through it? We won't know until this investigation is done, and you have politicians, disingenuous, dishonest, fraudulent politicians trying to stop it from happening.
You talk about mistrust and also representing the totality of California if you were elected governor, but you have called on ending California as a sanctuary state. What do you say to the immigrants out there and the communities who are now fearful of that fact?
They're fearful because they're being lied to by politicians. The sanctuary state status does absolutely nothing to protect anyone in this state, not you, not me, or anyone in this country illegally. Nothing. The only people that law was meant to protect are people who victimize us, end up in jail, and then it forces sheriffs and prison wardens to release those criminals back out into our communities to victimize us again. We have been lied to repeatedly, and unfortunately, the media plays a part in this because you keep repeating it. We told law enforcement leaders in this state, told the governor and the legislature in 2017 what the consequences were going to be of passing a crazy law like this. And now we see it. We see what happened, and we have to get rid of this so we can keep our communities safe. People who are victimizing us that are in the country illegally should be deported from our jails, not from our businesses, not from our homes, not from our communities. And that's how it happened up until 2017. This was purposely caused by Democrat politicians in California, Governor Brown, and a legislature that knew the consequences, and they did it anyway. And they did it so they could divide us like they are today and make people be afraid of law enforcement.
You know, many of the recent polls have you trailing fellow Republican Steve Hilton, along with a few Democrats. What is your strategy to win GOP and non-GOP support to win the 2 slots in next week's primary? And what do you think is separating you from Steve Hilton specifically?
Wow. Honesty, integrity, character, and leadership separate me from Steve Hilton. And on the other side, with the Democrats, it's a completely different agenda. If you vote for anyone that's on any one of the top contenders on the Democrat side, all this does is going to maintain the status quo in California. It's either going to stay the same or get worse. Nothing's going to get better. There is a huge difference when you vote for character, honesty, integrity. And we've been doing this for 16 months now, not on a message of Republicans. This is about a message for Californians. I want Democrats voting for me. I want independents voting for me, because the decisions I make, how we are going to run state government, is only for Californians. It's not for special interests. It's not for ideological agendas. It's not for politics. It's for Californians who are starving for leadership here, that are looking for a better California, a cheaper California, a more affordable California, and a place where their kids want to stay and can stay and raise their families, instead of looking for other states that are cheaper or have better to offer than what California does. The California dream is still attainable. We just have to get California government back to a position that allows it to happen.
Sheriff Chad Bianco, thank you so much for your time with just days to go until the election. I know you're very busy and on the go, so we appreciate it.
Thank you both.
All right, let's turn our attention now. Are all confirming and finalizing our plans for the weekend, and some changes are going to happen between now and then. Right now, we're looking at some clouds, the visibility showing you that marine layer, which, much like yesterday, actually producing some light drizzle in some areas. And you can see how that cloud cover has extended to the Inland Empire. Some of that will dissipate this afternoon. We'll see a mix of sunshine and some clouds, but mostly clouds, and even a little bit of the wet stuff. But temperatures are definitely noticeably cooler. 57 currently in Santa Clarita. It's only 59 in Woodland Hills, 62 in Ontario. It's 50 in Big Bear, 71 in Palm Springs right now. There's that area of low pressure, that upper level low that's spinning to our north, bringing rain to the central coast, as well as some snow up into the Mammoth Resort area. We are getting that northwesterly flow, and that is bringing in that slightly cooler air mass over Southern California. So that's why we're looking at another kind of cool spring day. The low pressure will eventually move out of here late tomorrow, and then high pressure will start to build in as we get to the latter part of tomorrow evening into the weekend, and that will help to dry us out, warm us up, and then even warmer as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, well above average. But today, we're going to stay below average. 81 for Palm Springs today in the low desert. That is cooler, right, for the low desert. 66 in the high desert area, some breezes, but no weather alerts or advisories in effect. 50 degrees in Big Bear eventually this afternoon, with that 10% chance for some light showers. That means 90% it won't happen, but I just got to give you a little heads up. Along the coast, some greater chances for some drizzle or light rain, so don't be surprised if that does happen again today. 67 for downtown LA, 69 for the valleys and the Inland Empire, again with that slight chance for some showers. I'll go over the 7-day forecast for you and show you those warmer temperatures in just a few minutes. But first, let's talk about traffic. Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by My Home Sold. Let's go to one of our traffic cameras, actually. This is just a snapshot. I just saw this a few moments ago, and it was moving really nicely. Actually, this is the 5 freeway. This is in Orange County at Bake Parkway, both sides of that 5, moving nicely. Here are the drive times. It has improved significantly in just the last half hour. Coming out of downtown LA on that West 10, between the 5 to the 405 towards Santa Monica, just 22 minutes. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10 has really lightened up, just 17 minutes there. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, 25 minutes. Now here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
(1022). Welcome back. We're talking about the fight to hold shady landlords accountable.
That's right. Brooke is here with an update on the program that the city controller is using, right, to call out bad landlords.
That is right. Listen, people seem to be having a time with this website. LA City Controller Kenneth Mejia says tenants have actually been coming forward in the days since this dashboard launched. They're sharing their own experiences with problematic rental properties. He actually says the website has been viewed more than 80,000 times in less than 2 weeks. The point of this site, Mejia says, is to pressure landlords to comply with the law, but also to pressure the city to punish those landlords who don't. LA Times reports renters have filed more than 115,000 complaints to the city housing department since 2013. Mejia says, yeah, tenants are filing complaints, but very few of them end up leading to strong enforcement or accountability. Interesting, on this site, which is focused on the top 100 problem rental properties, but you can also search specific addresses that might not be in the top 100. There's actually a map there that shows some 44,000 properties with complaints against them. Some of the violations include illegal rent increases, illegal evictions, non-payment of relocation assistance for, a no-fault eviction, and also tenant harassment. This morning, Mejia told me his team started working on this 6 months ago. It took a while to compile all the information, but he also says it was important to do this as he sees this as another tool to battle homelessness.
Homelessness is the #1 issue, and we're seeing across the board complaints of tenant harassment and nothing being done by the city. And so this is that tool to at least publicize and let people know, hey, this is a property that you might want to watch out for, or organize around to your council member or to the mayor. People are submitting complaints now because maybe they didn't know where it was, and because this got a lot of attention and it went viral, they feel more empowered to hopefully get the city to do more to protect tenants.
And he says it was all about just getting the information out because people always have the power. He says everyone deserves safe, stable, and dignified housing, and that there has never before been an uncomplicated way for anyone to look up years worth of violations by an address.
The question is, how easy is it to navigate, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's try to pull the website up for you here. So once you go to the page, this is what it looks like up top. Then the top 100 list is right there in the middle, starting with the building in Chinatown with 192 housing violations cases. You can see how many overall code violations there have been, how many have been resolved. Also, you're able at the bottom of the screen to see the specific type of violation cases. And then on the right, you can see the ownership right there on the right-hand side. Who owns it?
But a lot of times, many landlords don't hold these buildings in their names. It's under a company name, right, an LLC. So how do people actually find what they're looking for?
That was one of my first thoughts just even researching this is how many times have you, over the years in your life, had to write a check to an LLC or some sort of business entity? They actually address that issue. It's noted on the site that when a landlord used an LLC or any other business entity, they actually looked back at different public records to try and trace back to the exact human owner.
And then sometimes people just think, just move out. You have an issue, just move out. Make it easy. But it's not so easy.
It's not so easy, right. So we know better. But you know, there are going to be people that are like, oh, why do we need to put resources in this? Just move out if you don't like it. I mean, there are multiple reasons. One, I saw someone actually commenting on the controller's Instagram page, responding to a comment just like that, essentially saying they moved into a place that had a cockroach problem. And yeah, they say that, you know, they immediately, you know, they want to move out. They want to figure out how to move out, how to not lose their deposit, how to maybe be able to quickly get somewhere else. You've given all of your money to this place. And they say that they heard back from the city that it would be months before they're able to get to his complaint. Right. And he says, you know, he was 21 years old at the time, didn't have any savings. He had put it all in the deposit. And I think not only that, this is also important for future people because once you're able to and somehow it's smooth, the next person moves in and had no idea that this was an issue.
Anyone looking in the market right now knows it's not easy to find a rental that you could afford in a place that's safe, that you like. So it's not easy to move out and just find another place.
Yeah, and rent is so expensive. And so at the very least, you know, you think about it, you know, this is all based on public information. So this is not simply, you know, talking to people who have opinions. This is based on complaints that have been filed with the city. But can you imagine you're looking for an apartment, you have a list of 20, and how long is it going to take you to go through all of the different departments and find all of these different pages of files and information and public?
And not many people are going to put the work in.
No, and so, you know, they did it for us.
One-stop shopping.
It's interesting. You know, I was looking at my past places.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And you know what? A couple of them were there.
Oh. See?
Makes sense. Not on the top 100, though, but I was like, I saw you.
That's a great resource. All right. Thank you, Brooke. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Pabon. Good daily weather is brought to you by the Razavi Law Group. Here's a live look outside. This is our LAX camera, and you can see a little sliver of blue sky. That's the mix that I was telling you about. Mixed bag of clouds, a little bit of blue sky, some sunshine, and even a little bit of light precipitation, depending on where you are. But you can see how that marine layer is quite deep, extending out towards the Inland Empire. We have one more cool day, or at least cooler day, and then we will look for some drier conditions by late tomorrow into the weekend. High pressure will start to build in. That's going to produce those warmer temperatures. We'll be back to the 70s and 80s and even warmer conditions as we get into next week. Wind-wise, we've been getting this onshore flow, and the winds haven't been that strong. They've been breezy at times, especially in the early mornings. The mountains and deserts getting some of those stronger winds by the afternoon and evening. In fact, right now we're picking up some stronger winds near the Grapevine up through the 5 freeway in Sandburg. So if you are headed that way, just be extra careful, especially if you've got one of those high-profile vehicles. Otherwise, we've had some cool days. Yesterday actually cooled down to 69 for downtown LA. Today, even cooler than that. We just have not had any rain for the month of May. In fact, we've had zero, goose egg. Maybe we'll get some measurable today, measurable rain with that slight chance, 10 to 20% chance. Otherwise, yeah, it's been kind of dry the last couple of months. But this is the good news. We had quite a bit of rain in October, especially November and December, and in February. So we actually still have a surplus of just under 5 inches, and hopefully we'll get just a little bit more as we get into the summer season soon here next month. 62 degrees downtown currently in downtown LA. Today 67. So there's that slight cool down again from yesterday. That sun will set at 7:57 this evening. These are the highs we're expecting today. Just 81 in Palm Springs, 70 in Ontario. You might need that sweatshirt in Santa Clarita today. Just 65 degrees. 67 downtown, as I mentioned. 66 in Santa Monica to around 50 in Big Bear. When I come back, I'll show you the 7-day forecast. All right, back to you three.
I was very engaged into your weather report today because when I went to Indiana, and you can look on my story, on my Instagram story, I did a faux meteorology, the gist of it. I call it.
You did a good job.
Thank you. I was a meteorologist of it. And I told Maria that there were going to be some rain clouds coming in, except they used the term downfall instead of downpour.
Downfall. I like that.
Major downfall approaching. There we go. Good morning to you. I don't do weather, but I do entertainment, and it's sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Ladies, this is a very participation spread. Can you give me a little hat tip? Thank you. It's time to tip those hats because it's the return of Oak Heart Country Music Festival in Thousand Oaks.
Look good on you, so good on you, but we ain't got no room to move.
If you don't have plans this Saturday, check it out. It's at Conejo Creek South Park in Thousand Oaks. Now, Oak Heart, if it sounds familiar, it was last held in 2019 after the borderline tragedy in 2018. And followed by the pandemic shutdown in 2020, the event wasn't able to return until now. 2026, this year, marks the comeback of this country music festival, and it's even more meaningful. It's more than just a concert. It's a return of live music and community. And guess what? It also gives back. It benefits the Old Boney Mountain Foundation for Kids, helping local children, their families, and their future. The headliner is Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, and the festival's hours are 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's all ages. It's family friendly. You can go to the website oakheartcmf.com for more info and to grab tickets.
Fun.
I know. If you missed Stagecoach, you can just have it locally here in Thousand Oaks. So have a good time, cowboys and cowgirls. Send me your pictures and your videos if you go. Maybe I'll show y'all on Monday. You know I love some country music.
Yes, we
do. Yeah. And all things cowboys. Girls. All right, a final trailer for his next big sci-fi movie, Disclosure Day. It's been released, featuring a new message from the legendary filmmaker. You may have heard of him.
The human race cannot accept what we know. We need to stop it any way we can.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Have you heard of a filmmaker called Steven Spielberg?
Oh, sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's had a couple hits, right?
quite the filmography. The new preview includes a first glimpse of the movie's aliens. Some critics who have already seen the film are raving about it, with one saying it's Spielberg's best movie in 20 years.
Wow, that says a lot.
You can judge for yourself, though, when Disclosure Day hits theaters June 12th. So, you know, I like to put my girls on the spot. It's kind of what I do. It's what I do here.
Favorite Steven Spielberg movie?
Oh my gosh. Can we give a multiple choice, please?
I mean, you can name a couple Steven Spielberg movies,
I mean,
right?
this is a dark one, but it's very good. Schindler's List.
Yeah,
it's like
a good one.
Classic.
Yeah, it is a classic one.
See, I wouldn't know that.
He
but
redid
did it.
West Side Story, E.T.
Was it E.T.? I went
Park,
to E.T. right away,
Jaws.
the classic. I
So
like
which
E.T.
one?
E.T. It first popped into my mind. E.T.
E.T.
So,
Who did
it's such a classic.
English Patient?
Phone
Was it
Home.
him?
I know that. I know that. I know you were testing me.
You have to say it in the voice. E.T.
Phone Home.
Elliot.
English Patient. English Patient. Was that
English
Um,
him?
Patient?
Was that him?
See?
Now you're putting me on the spot. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't.
I'm gonna look it
It was
up.
not. No.
It wasn't.
Well, who was it? It was not him. I have quite the list of it. I liked his reimagining of West Side Story. I enjoyed it.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's okay.
Shocker.
What?
No,
West
Shocker,
Side
I know.
Story?
No, the reimagined one.
Okay, but you know the story of West Side Story, right?
Yes.
And what are the two groups called in West Side Story? Come on, come on. It's the versus the. It's the sh in the sky versus sharks
and the Jets.
When you're a
I don't remember that either.
You don't remember Jets versus Sharks?
I don't remember that detail.
So
I don't.
lonely sometimes.
Well, sorry.
Well, it's okay. Today's National Burger Day. I'll just go eat my feelings. And fittingly, we're learning more about the next In-N-Out coming to Irvine's Great Park. Check it out. City documents show the new restaurant will span more than 3,800 square feet and a drive-through built to stack 33 cars. Construction is reportedly underway. The new location will anchor the canopy, a 12-acre shopping and dining village inside the park's $1 billion redevelopment. The Great Park project is really massive. The overhaul will include lakes, museums, gardens, and a 10,000-seat amphitheater when it's all completed in 2020.